It'll take a couple minutes to start.
Hey, Aaron.
Yeah.
I just realized I got my speakers up kind of loud in here. Is it going to feedback through to your side if that's the case?
I'm on here on my side.
Is it sounding okay?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay.
So we're about to
Well, hi everyone. Thank you for coming out for tonight's opening with the Social Photography Gallery. It's been a little while in the working, so had a lot of help with this, getting it going. Really appreciate it from those who've helped. We got Steve in the back that's helped, Ian and Heather. Back all up front and centers. Been nice and helpful to keep rolling on this. And Tiffany as well, who's not here. But this is a very big collective group effort to address photography and life in social media. We all interact in these little hybrid physical and virtual lives now where we're behind the phone or whatever device it may be for so much of our days trying to either get work done or just chit-chat amongst ourselves. It's an interesting little existence that we have. So we as photographers wanted to take this and kind of develop a dialogue about it and talk about where we're at and where we're going to end up going with this type of lifestyle. So we've brought in we're just about 20 photographers from around the world that are going to be contributing for the month. We've got furniture designers that have they've designed some pieces that have also helped kind of bridge this gap between the virtual and physical here. So it's an interesting little show. We're not quite sure where we'll wind up at the end of the month with it. That's because you guys are involved as well. Hop online on any of the social media accounts that we have: Twitter, Tumblr, Flickr, Facebook, of course, and Instagram, where we have our virtual gallery. You guys can comment on the photos there. You can purchase one even. So it's an interesting little thing. We'll have a hashtag going on, so photo gallery, the same as our Instagram account, where we'll have more photos in there, as well as more of the dialogue going on. And then our account itself will act kind of as a curated account for all the images during the month. This is a collective thing, so I certainly don't want to stand up here and talk the whole night. I think we'll pass the mic off to Hannah Harvey, who traveled out from New York for this, or Boston, I'm sorry. So Hannah, you want to come up, kind of introduce yourself, and just talk about what you do on Instagram and your fit in this role.
First of all, I'd like to say hi to my friends over here. Hi, guys. Hello. Hi. We met online on another Google Hangout, just so they can see everybody that's here.
Yay, thank you.
Yeah, there you go. You see everybody? Awesome. I'm Hannah Harvey. Nice to meet you guys. That's Kevin Scott Davis and April Dobbins, and they're awesome, as well as all the other photographers that are involved in this project. It's really an honor to be involved. I've never been to Indianapolis before, so this is really cool. My mom, she came with me, and we spent the whole morning here and walking around. We went up to the top of the monuments. Right? Anyway, that was my day. But the project that I actually have been working on, that Aaron noticed my photographs for, was I have a cat that he doesn't have any eyes. So he's become sort of an internet sensation because he's actually very capable. And I sort of am living a dream right now because I've always been taking photographs of my cats for as long as I know how to use a camera. And it's kind of driven my family crazy because they're like, why do you take so many photos of cats when you have all this family around? And so it's kind of a nice little outlet having Instagram to post all my photos of my cats on there, but it actually got great response, and it's also been a way for me to, use my artistic side to kind of capture a cat in a different way and put it online. So it's been really cool having that be recognized among all of this amazing work by all these fellow artists. So, thank you for having me. And thanks, Kevin and April. Nice to see you guys.
And Dylan's really cute.
Thank you.
Kevin, you want to go ahead and take it and go let us know what interests you in the project, introduce yourself, and kind of tell us what you'll be doing for the month.
Okay. Can everyone hear me okay?
Yep.
This is so wild. I've never done anything like this before. So thank you all for coming, and thanks for Aaron for putting it together and everyone that helped. I just feel really humbled to be a part of this. I guess I've talked about the cross-section of different art medias quite a bit because my background, or at least I feel more artistically comfortable in a background involving sound as well as music. I have a BA in music composition and was classically trained that way. But I went through a period in my life a couple years ago where I put that down for a while. You hear me okay?
Yeah, we're good.
Okay. And I got my first iPhone. I think it was back in 2011, 2012, and that was kind of the heyday of the first set of Instagram filters. And I just got really addicted, and I started taking thousands and thousands of Instagram photos. Originally, until a friend finally convinced me to invest in a DSLR camera. So I talk about my music background, but it's gotten to be to the point now where I think I probably am spending more time on photography, and I owe a lot of that to just the simple thing in my pocket that got me started for really cheap, It's a little bit ironic because we talk about Instagram and social media photography being kind of its own art form, and I know there are a lot of great iPhonographers out there who do their work using just a limited amount of gear. Ideas like that really appeal to me. It's not the camera, but it's the photographer, as I'm sure you've heard said before. It's what you do, not how it's done. And so these days, it's ironic, as I said, because I use a DSLR almost exclusively because I really wanted to give myself a chance to learn, your f-stops and your shutter speed and all that basic photography language and technical ability. And now I simply use Instagram as a gallery and a way to share the pictures I've taken with my DSLR. So anyway, that's just a little bit about me, and my Instagram handle is kscottdavis. I'd love it if you'd be my friend. Of course, I don't know how to SOC Photo Gallery, SOC Photo Gallery on Instagram is the project that all of us collectively are posting to, and I think it's going to be really neat pretty soon when it gets filled up with everyone's work. So thank you again. That's a little bit about me.
Thanks, Kevin. April, you want to take the reins from here?
Yeah, okay. This is so weird. I feel like I'm on the Brady Bunch, the middle square. So my name is April Dobbins, and I live in Miami. I've lived here for 2 years, but I am from rural Alabama. And initially, I started as a writer, so my base is writing. I write short fiction. I wrote poetry, horrible poetry in my teenage years, so I don't do that anymore. And I am a single parent, so for me, writing takes a lot of time, focus, concentration, and after I had my daughter, it was very hard for me to find quiet writing time. I would try to put on like SpongeBob and leave my daughter downstairs and run upstairs to write something, and within 5 minutes she would be right at my side asking me what I was doing, can we go outside, can we do something else. So I had to try to find a way to, I guess, continue storytelling, but in a way where my daughter wasn't like an obstacle. So for me, that was photography. I just picked up a camera, started taking photos of my granddad's farm. My grandfather is 95 now, and he lives in rural Alabama. He owns about 690 acres of farmland, and he still raises cattle and goats and all of those things. So I started following him around with my daughter and just documenting farm life in Alabama, and that's pretty much how I got into photography. So I'm pretty much self-trained. And the thing that was interesting to me about this project is that we all are on social media, and we're all doing these different things. We're interconnected in the most amazing ways. But for me, this has been my first month with a smartphone. So it's been kind of interesting working on this project, doing Instagram and things of that nature. I'm still trying to figure out my iPhone. There are things that I don't understand. And my daughter is obsessed with Siri. Every time I turn around, she has my phone and she's asking Siri these strange questions, like, do you like it in my mom's purse? You know, just she's thinking of questions all the time to ask Siri. So we've both been kind of, I guess, engaged with this new technology. And so it's interesting to me as a photographer, when I go out with my camera, I'm going out kind of in the mindset of being an artist or doing something artistic. And with the phone, I find that, one, I'm always on it, which I don't know if I like that or not. Everything's too accessible. But also, because of the camera, I find myself questioning before I take photos. Like, is this worth it? Is this worth posting? Is this worth sharing? You know, I try to avoid taking pictures of my food and my cappuccinos because I feel like there's enough of that in the world. But yeah, so that's kind of the rambling, I guess, about me story. It's not very focused, sorry, but that's kind of how I am. So far I've enjoyed the project because I feel like I have been able to see how other people take something as simple as Instagram and elevate it almost into this art form where I've seen photographs on Instagram that are much better than any professional photographs that I've seen. So that's it.
Well, thanks, April. Yeah, just when you started talking about how this is your first time getting on social media with photography, that's another point I wanted to make, is how diverse this group is. You not necessarily being on was almost a perfect addition to us because some of us have been on it since it first came out. So we've been engrossed in it. So we come from all different backgrounds on this whole social media thing, as well as just within our work itself. We've got some photographers that do fashion, some that do journalism reportage. I think we have pretty much the whole gamut covered. But our furniture designers are also playing a very integral role in helping develop the physical gallery that we're in right now, and helping make that bridge and connection between physical and virtual. And I wanted to give them a chance to come up here now and talk about some of the work. Denise, you're you got to talk about what you did back there. I think I kind of saw it in a different light than what you had originally intended to work for. But Denise's piece is the veiled room in the back of this room. When I was started recruiting furniture designers for this, your piece in particular came straight to mind with that whole idea of our kind of veiled virtual existence as we walk around the streets looking at our phones. Your room becomes kind of a blurred, but a blurred translucence between the virtual and physical, and I really like that for helping to draw together some of the concepts that we're working with. So come on up, please.
I'm afraid I'm going to disappoint you because I didn't see all that when I was making it.
Oh, I know you didn't, but I did.
That's great. Well, I think it's really nice that he sees things in my installation that I didn't plan for, because that's sort of what I was aiming to do when I was creating this space. This is reuse of my Master of Fine Arts thesis installation, and I had to, it was basically that same shape, but I had to cut it down to get it through the doors here, so that made it very different just because of the size of the door. But my major area of focus in the Master of Fine Arts program is furniture, so it's basically a table. But what I found interesting was that coming from an interior design background, I wanted to control the environment around the table. So the table becomes the building, and the building supports the table. And I also wanted to create things on the table, around the table, that would kind of spark imagination. So I did that for Aaron in a way that I wasn't expecting, but I kind of wanted the playful, joyful, childlike, game-like atmosphere on the table. So that's what it was about for me. Does anyone have any questions about it? You like it? Yeah. Great. Thanks.
Almost, and I feel when if you were a college student, which I think we all were many, many years ago, as well as some that are, you know, current.
Yes.
It's almost like a drinking game.
Yeah.
To be like a
Sure.
beer pong kind of game.
Sure. Yeah.
I'm just back in the old days.
Yeah. Well, that was one of my aims in my project was to create things that were reminiscent of things that we know, but not completely defined, so different people would have different interpretations. Like, it reminds me of other games that I played when I was a kid, like an African game called Owari, where you grab some rocks and you spread them around, or Chinese checkers. That wasn't the intention, but that's sort of what came out after I created it. So,
It's very, very.
well, thank you. Thank you. Any other questions? Well, thank you. Wasn't expecting that.
Thank you, Denise. Stephen, you mind coming up and giving just a couple words? Yes, Stephen's got the. You'd be far better at describing it.
Thanks, everybody. Got table seating right here in the back, circular, low seating area, and table forms. This is a component of my thesis exhibit as well. So I just want to try a different space, see the context, change the context, so it would work. So I'm liking, I'm feeling the vibe here. It's nice. I like it. Ready to start? I don't. I think one of the main inspiration was a lot of Japanese TV houses. That's where I got the low seating aspect, plus the strict geometry, circular pattern. And what they usually do in these spaces is everything is perfect. Everything is designed perfect from floor to ceiling. But there's one aspect of the architecture that's asymmetrical. I think, when I was reading it, it's illustrating the fact that perfection doesn't exist. So they want to illustrate it at some point in the room, in architecture. So that's the basic thinking of that piece. So, thanks, Aaron.
Thank you, sir. Patricia, you came on.
I'm on.
You hear us?
Hi. I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
I
thank
keep
you for
going
that.
in and out, though.
Yeah. It looks like our video's a little choppy there, right? Oh, we lost her.
Have we had any other furniture designers wander in the door as we've been broadcasting? Well, we'll give Patricia another minute or two, see if she can rejoin us. I think she has.
Here she comes.
Sorry, you know what? It isn't really working for me.
Okay. Well, We can hear you now, Patricia. Can you hear us?
Okay, now I can hear you.
Okay,
I can't see, but I can hear.
That's fine.
Okay.
Patricia, we were just having everyone introduce themselves and talk a little bit about why they found this gallery interesting and why they decided to come aboard as a photographer in the Social Photography Collective. Would you like to give a few words about what interested you and why you decided to come in?
Sure. I'm Patricia Leigh Dorsey. I'm in Detroit. And the only social media I'm on is Instagram. And part of it is that I know myself well enough to know I'm so addicted to Instagram that if I were to try the others too, I wouldn't have time for a life. So I'm sure that a lot of people can relate to that. When it was John Lee who told me about this and invited me to join this community. Well, first of all, when I saw the names of the people, I was really honored to be on the list. So, you know, that's part of it. But I have found Instagram to be an amazing community building tool. And I thought anything that can enhance that, I'd like to be part of. And I was fascinated by the idea of this being both virtual and in person. The fact of having an actual gallery that would have live showings of our prints as we post them on Instagram, plus having prints on the wall and that things would be for sale. The for sale part of it wasn't as much of a concern to me because I never make money on photography. But you know, it's more this whole thing about being part of the community and being able to be in dialogue with other photographers around the world. So I think that's why. I also want to show people my Detroit. I get a little tired of the stereotypic view of my city. And I've been here almost 50 years and really love the city and the people. So I want to show another side to my city.
Thank you, Patricia. Denise, have you seen any of the other furniture designers wandering through the door? Okay, cool. Well, unless anyone has any closing thoughts, I think we will go ahead and conclude our broadcasts here. Any other last thoughts from you three?
Just a really, really big thank you, Aaron, for all the work you put into it. It's an honor.
Yes, definitely, Aaron. You are pretty awesome.
And I'd like to get in on that too. It's been amazing, Aaron, and the community in Indianapolis, because really it's because of you folks that this is happening. The rest of us have just kind of been along for the ride so far. So thank you so much for all the work, and you have more work to come, I'm sure.
Well, thank you, everyone. Thank you guys for coming out this evening, and we've got the virtual displays up and running, so if you guys want to hop on those here in a little bit, get interactive with them, log into your own accounts, and start commenting on what's going on. Yes? Yep. Yes, yes. We've got our primary curated account, the Instagram account that's at SOC, Soap Photo Gallery. That's the one where it'll kind of be like the pillar for this entire month. And then under the hashtag Soap Photo Gallery as well, there'll be other photos that are coming in. All the photographers will be contributing to that, but all of you can contribute right to that exact same hashtag and dive right into the conversation as well. Feel free to comment on all the photos you see and kind of let us know why you're out here in social media and what you do with it, how you interact with it, and how you see it progressing and how you would like it to progress. So thank you everyone for coming out, and we'll see you online and in person. We've got a couple other symposiums here with other photographers and other Google Hangouts, one on June 12th and 20th. I think we got one more that we're going to slide in there as well, but we'll keep you updated on the different online accounts. Thank you, everyone. Thanks, guys. I'll end the broadcast now. Oh, I think we have a question.
And not well educated in the world of art, although I enjoy it.
Yes.
I'm curious
Okay.
as to this body of work that you have that I am so impressed with. Why is it that I only see 2 photos that are old?
And they're not the best ones.
Harder than things do. So I don't mean to put you in the spot. It's awesome.
Well,
Explain how this all works.
what we have on the walls here are 2 shots from each photographer that's in the exhibit. So 2 per photographer. Those 2 work well together as a set for me. Plus they're nice and out in the mountains, which I enjoy.
So it's the experience that you enjoy.
Yes.
Why you put those up.
Yes, which I shared with the world and you.
Well, you're still teaching me, but obviously you've got to work it out.
You're my most, yeah, you're my best pupil.
So can you explain then to the audience as your mother, because there's a lot of do you want me to take her out? About how this all works so that people can get on and look at each, not just photo, but all of the artists that have worked so hard to participate in this, and how they can get to all the that.
Yes. If you're on Instagram, you can get us at the Instagram tag. This might need to be if you guys didn't hear it, my mother was asking how she can get online to get all this. We might have to go through the long explanation later. She doesn't use any of this stuff, so.
Some of us are new as well.
You can get it on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, or Tumblr, or Flickr, which you don't have any of those accounts.
So do they questions
I know.
people? So do they just pull up the artist's name?
No,
Or do
you
they
can-
pull up the
you go-
picture?
You go right to the gallery, right to the gallery.
Aaron, you got to get your mom an Instagram account today.
We'll get her one. She's insisted that we keep her off all of it for time-saving purposes.
Understandable.
But if you just get on the Instagram account, the SOC at Soap Photo Gallery, you'll see a curated gallery of everyone's images. Or if you go to the hashtag Soap Photo Gallery, same as Instagram. Anyone can contribute into the hashtag feed. The gallery feed itself is a curated feed for the photographers that are in the collective, but anyone can contribute and join the conversation under the hashtag. Cool? All right.
Hey, Aaron,
Yes?
will you take photos for us?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Any other questions? All right. Well, thanks, guys. We'll end the broadcast then. Thanks for showing up, and maybe we'll see you guys in the later symposiums that we will have throughout June here. So.
Thank you. Have a great party.
Good night.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.